With the winter aches and pains setting in, we've some alternative remedies to help and recipes to make your mouths water in the afternoon show.
Are you suffering with arthritis? We look at how herbal remedies can help.
And childcare in Ireland today, what are your concerns? Minister of State with special responsibility for children, Brian Lenihan, will be here to take your calls. You better watch the afternoon show.
I love to see people working. Hello, and you're very welcome to the afternoon show. We have the kitchen is busy kitchen today. Nikki, squeezing lemons.
Hey, Blonde.
Talking to you in a little while. And Noel, what's the theme of the kitchen today?
Well, it's Thanksgiving today.
Of course it is.
And it is, we're going to be doing burgers and pecan pie.
Oh, lovely. I've never had a pizza.
Yummy.
It's yummy. With cream. It's gorgeous. And ice cream. Oh yeah, perfect. Here's a full line of what's to come on today's programme. In just a moment, treat those pains caused by arthritis with herbs. Medical herbalist Nikki Tracy Kohler has more. Tell me.
Lots of remedies for treating arthritis.
Brilliant stuff. And arthritis is so common, unfortunately. And at 3:30, presenter and horse racing expert Tracy Piggott will be here to tell us how the GAA helps the people of Malawi. We'll be catching up with mom-to-be Amanda Brunker. We'll also be talking about maternity rights at 5 to 4.
And at 4:05, we'll be looking at the latest movies to hit the screen this weekend.
Now, in all week, we've been looking at the current state of childcare in Ireland. Brian Lenihan, Minister of State with special responsibility for children, will be here to answer your questions. We'll be giving you the numbers at 3:30.
But first, how do you fancy becoming €1,000 richer just in time for the weekend? The afternoon show is giving away €1,000 and it could be your lucky day. Here's today's question. Thanksgiving is a major public holiday in which country? Is it A, the United States of America? Is it B, the United Kingdom? Or is it C, the United Arab Emirates? If you think you know the answer, call us now on 15 15 71 71 60. If you'd rather text us, just send the word COMP followed by your answer, either A, B or C, plus your name and where you're from to 57601. And if you're calling from Northern Ireland, the number you should call is 0901 063 0116. We'll pick the winner at the end of the show.
If you or any of your family members suffer from arthritis, you know how painful it can be. And this time of year, of course, it's worse than ever. But have you ever considered herbal remedies to help ease the pain? Here to tell us more is medical herbalist Nikki Tracy Kohler. Nikki, how can herbs help us with arthritis?
Okay, the herbal remedies that I'm going to be talking about today help us to manage arthritis. Quite often it's difficult to get rid of the arthritis altogether, but what I aim to do is to give people home remedies that they can use that helps reduce the amount of, say, pharmaceutical medication they have to take, because quite often the pharmaceutical medication can create as many problems as the arthritis. So this is basically day-to-day remedies that you can use, and if you persevere with them, if you use them like you would use your food, then you'll find that you'll reduce your pain and you'll make living with arthritis a lot easier.
So it's not a question of, unfortunately, getting rid of arthritis. It's trying to manage the pain, making your life a little bit easier with it.
Pretty much so, although I must say the first remedy that we're going to talk about has totally cleared arthritis for quite a few patients that I do know of.
Brilliant.
The other four that we talk about help manage, but the first one is very good at actually
And another
easing
thing
the
that's very
arthritis.
important that you keep mentioning, it's worth mentioning again, you can't just take these herbs on Monday and think everything's going to be sorted by Tuesday. You've got to work on it. It has to be taken at least for a few months.
It does have to be taken for a few months, and like I said, for the long-term arthritis, for the osteoarthritis, or the rheumatoid arthritis, you need to make it part of your day-to-day activities.
There are different types of arthritis, and we will talk about them a little later. But first, let's look at our first herb.
Certainly, okay. What we have here in front of me is devil's claw tincture.
We spoke about that before.
Yeah, I have talked about the devil's claw before. Now, this is an African plant. However, it is widely available in the health food stores. Now, the devil's claw works in three ways. It works as an anti-inflammatory, it works as an analgesic, and it also works as a bitter. Okay, going backwards to forwards, the bitter helps stimulate the digestive juices. People with chronic arthritis often have bad digestion and absorption of their food. So this herb helps the digestion and absorption of it. It's a very bitter herb. But I mean, there's no point in masking it because it's meant to be bitter.
All right, okay, so you just drink it straight.
Just drink it straight down. As an analgesic, it means it helps reduce the pain, and as an anti-inflammatory, it helps remove some of the liquid that can build up around the joints that cause pain.
And is that what it is? It's the movement or any Because people with arthritis, they talk about their limbs, their joints, their knuckles. They mention the pain in their knuckles.
It does vary from arthritis to arthritis, but it affects all different joints, and it is pain in the joints, and it can extend, to the whole limb for some people. It's an incredibly difficult disease.
There is no cure for it.
Well, that's right, and again, like I said, it's managing this condition though.
Is the taste very bitter?
The taste is very bitter.
So will I taste it?
You can taste it. It's going to give you a face on you.
I'm such a good actor.
Okay.
It's bitter, but it's not too bad.
No, take it with water, straight down the hatch, I mean, it's no worse than some of the things that we used to take when we were small kids.
You mentioned cod liver oil?
Right at the end.
You're forced to drink it. Okay, what else do we have?
Okay, next we have in front of us is the lemon. Citrus lemon. Everybody knows the lemon. It's originally grown in India. You can get it everywhere. Now, the reason I'm recommending the lemon is because despite the fact that it's an acid fruit, when you digest it, when it goes into the system, it becomes an alkaline reaction on the blood. People who suffer from arthritis quite often have very acidic type bloods.
Okay.
What we're doing is we're making the blood turn alkaline and therefore again easing the arthritis. The other thing...
So the blood can influence the pain, is it, or the actual ailment itself?
It certainly does, yeah. And keeping an alkaline blood as opposed to an acidy type blood will help reduce the amount of arthritis that flares up and will reduce the amount of times you have flare-ups.
Okay.
So yeah. The other thing about the lemon, and not known as much, is the fact that it helps build up the capillary and the venous walls. People who have arthritis, especially around the legs, have bad circulation to the legs. And what happens is taking the lemon on a regular basis helps build up and protect these walls, preventing leg ulcers.
Okay.
Elderly
how
people.
often and how much?
Okay, teaspoon of lemon, 1 to 2 teaspoonfuls in warm water each morning. The warm water just helps the absorption straight into the bloodstream.
Okay. What's the celery about?
Okay,
I
this
love
is
celery.
celery.
And as a kid, I used to put sugar and eat it.
Great to be eating, but what we're actually looking at today is the celery seed here in front, these tiny little black seeds. And I'm going to make a celery seed and vinegar tonic.
Okay.
Now the reason I'm using the vinegar is for people that say for social or religious reasons don't want to take alcohol. You can preserve herbs in vinegar as well.
Just as good.
Just as good. What we do is we use the apple cider vinegar that you have there and the celery seed. We've got 100 grams of the celery seed.
And you're recommending organic again? You always do.
Always organic, if you can afford it, and if you... Yep, certainly put it on top. So you just take the celery seed and you pour it straight in. Do it, as you can see, it goes straight on down. You'll have to give it a little old shake.
Okay, is that it, Kat?
And take a while. No, it's half the top there.
I don't want to spill it.
Now the celery seed is very anti-rheumatic. There's a there's a volatile oil in the celery seed called apiol, and that makes it anti-rheumatic. Give it a good shake. As you can see, we've only got half of it in there, but that's all you need. The apple cider vinegar enhances calcium metabolism, and when you have arthritic problems, you can have problems with calcium metabolism.
Oh, is there a connection?
There is a connection. So that's why we're doing both for this particular illness.
So where do you put this?
Pop that in the cupboard for 1 month. When it's a vinegar, you keep it for a month. When it's an alcohol, you only leave the herbs in there for 2 weeks.
All right, so vinegar a month, alcohol 2 weeks.
That's right. Then we take the famous pop sock, pop it over.
I was saying earlier, you have shares in
small
a company
funnel.
that makes pop socks.
I do. And then get yourself a small bottle. It doesn't have to be a brown bottle, but for the sake of this, it does keep it longer. And then after 1 month, you simply pour out your tonic vinegar straight into the bottle.
And it gets rid of all the little bits.
Yeah. What you'll be taking is, again, you'll be taking about 1 to 2 teaspoons of this in warm water each morning. And apple cider vinegar, again, like I said, is great for people who don't want to be taking any alcohol. Okay. Make sure you label it day and date.
Exactly, so you know what you're drinking.
That's right.
Epsom salts.
Okay, Epsom salts are a fantastic old remedy. Now the Epsom salts, I was just after talking to a lady in the makeup who told me that her mother used to make her take a teaspoonful internally once a year to clean out the insides.
Is that something you'd recommend?
What? Not because I've never done it, so yeah, I'd have to say I couldn't recommend it. What I recommend is you half fill a bath with very hot water, about 98 degrees Fahrenheit, and you take 2 big handfuls of the Epsom salts. Easy to get in the chemist, so it's not going to be difficult to get. 2 big handfuls straight in the bath. Pop yourself in the bath and try and stay there for about 20 to 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, out of the bath, and we have a nice clean white sheet over here. Doesn't have to be white, but white's always lovely. And you wrap it around yourself? And wrap the sheet around yourself. So you're not drying yourself off, you're just getting out of the bath, standing there dripping off a little bit. wrapping the sheet
And
around you.
tell me this, if I was suffering from arthritis, what would this do for me?
Okay, what it does, it helps draw the impurities out of the blood. When you're suffering from arthritis, things quite often lump up around the areas, whether it's the elbows or the wrist. What that helps does is draws it out of the blood, gets it into the circulation and allows you to get rid of it.
Okay, now I do this, but I go straight to bed afterwards. I do it for...
That's what I'm recommending.
Feeling good about myself.
Popping the sheet, wrap it around yourself and straight into bed. That was going to be the next thing I said.
Oh.
So straight into bed, sleep in the sheet in the night time, in the morning get up, shower off, and I'm sure you'll feel a hell of a lot better with
You
yourself.
have a great sleep as well, and it's so relaxing. Now, Epsom salts come in these kind of containers, but you can get in a huge bucket, which can be more economical.
That's right, and it's very cheap to get. So I mean, you know, we've got, I think, 50 grams there.
There's 50 grams in that one, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, you could get 4 to 5 handfuls out of that. So you can get it in the large buckets, and it's not a problem to get.
And it's easily available.
Really easily
Okay,
available.
that's a good one because it's not expensive. That's a good tip.
No, and doing it once a week, like I said, if you've got an older parent that, you know, is feeling
your mom or
aching,
your dad, be nice.
once a week, you know, make sure they pop into the bath with that.
Now, the dreaded
Okay.
fish oils.
Cod liver oil, the fish oils. What they do is taking the fish oil gets in and it nourishes the fibrous tissue and it makes the joints that are all creaky not so creaky. I actually recommend a fish oil for any woman over the age of 30, providing she's not pregnant or on medication. Again, go and see a health professional if you're either of those. But the fish oils, like I said, they keep you moving. Not only does it work for your joints, but it also works for your hair and nails and the rest of you too.
And is it too late to take it when you're much older?
Not at all. You can start taking it now and you should find some benefits within probably about a month of taking it.
How much of that would you take?
Take it as directed on the bottle, but yeah, I believe on this bottle it's about a teaspoonful.
Teaspoon a day.
A lovely little one there in the front if you'd like.
You're okay. I just can't from that one. I think I'll go with the capsules. I just can't. I just start retching.
Capsules,
The
like
idea
I
of
said,
it.
for anyone that has
I know.
any problem with it.
But it is always strongly recommended, and it's been there since the beginning of time, and people have been talking about it since the beginning of time. Different arthritis that are out there because they're not all the same, even though they have similar symptoms.
They do. There are different arthritises. For example, you have arthritis that comes on during the menopause. For that, I would look at recommending the black cohosh.
You recommended that before.
Yeah, when we're talking about the menopause. Say, for example, if you had arthritis associated with psoriasis, there's a herb called burdock.
Okay.
Now, burdock is a blood cleansing herb, so that's really good for people that suffer with psoriasis. Infective arthritises, you're probably looking at echinacea and high doses of vitamin C.
So make sure you know what kind of arthritis you have.
That you're treating.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Blonde.
Now, if you've missed any of Nikki's herbal remedies for arthritis, don't worry. Details are on our website, rte.ie/The Afternoon Show, or page 365 on Airtel.
The funniest thing earlier on was Blonde's face when she knew she had to talk about cod liver oil. Do the face?
You can't do the face. Now you have to drink it.
No, you're okay.
Because you
you're okay.
embarrassed me, you have to drink it.
Just the capsules. Now, all week we've been discussing the current state of childcare in Ireland. Today we're giving you the opportunity to put your comments and questions to the Minister of State with Special Responsibility for Children, Minister Brian Lenihan. Perhaps you're angry at how much childcare is costing you, or maybe you're annoyed because you can't afford to return to work after having a child. Whatever your thoughts, the Minister will be here and he wants to hear from you. Remember, this is one of your last opportunities to have your voice heard before the budget in a few weeks.
The number to call is 1850 71 71 11, 1850 71 71 11, or you can send us a text. Text the word studio